As you can see, we are here at Lambeau Stadium, again, home of the Packers, here covering the NFL Draft. I had the opportunity to speak to Daniel Jeremiah earlier today and asked him, what do you think the 49ers are going to do at pick 11? You're kind of in a peculiar spot. There's probably about 9 to 10, blue chip players, and the 49ers are sitting right there at 11. What do you think the San Francisco 49ers are going to do? And he gave me two names. One name that I think is pretty popular amongst most 49er fans, but a second name of an FCS player that I think might surprise a lot of people. Take a listen to what Daniel Jeremiah had to say right here. Are picking at 11, kind of a peculiar spot with the top 10 and how it's shaking out. What do you kind of see as the best fit for them at that spot with the talent that will likely be available?
Yeah, talking to folks around the league, there's a lot of expectation of line of scrimmage, O-line, D-line. Walter Nolan fits Chris Kasurik's style of play up front really, really well. That wouldn't shock me at all. I'm a Gray Zabel fan. I love Gray Zabel. I just think you're getting ready to pay Brock Purdy a whole lot of money. And I don't know how much longer Trent's going to be there. You've got an offensive line. You lose Banks. To me, investing somewhere along that offensive line, I think would be a smart move. I'm a Gray Zabel guy.
You don't think 11's too rich for Zabel? I'm a Gray Zabel fan as well.
I really don't have him as my in that ranking. I have him a little. I love him, but he's a little bit lower, more so in the 20s. But I just look at certain teams and the direction they need to go. In ideal world, you trade back and take him.
Right.
But if you can't find a partner, I would have no problem if they just sat and picked Gray Zabel.
So the first name, Walter Nolan, I'm a big fan of Walter Nolan. He's one of the first prospects I talked about throughout this draft process. He was a guy that definitely answered the questions that I had for him at the Senior Bowl. The questions were, can he hold up in the run game, and can he take on double teams? He answered that question. He can definitely get after the passer. Extremely twitched up, former #1 high school prospect in his class. He's a really good player. So not a lot of questions with the Walter Nolan pick. I think we could all rationalize that. It was Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. Now, you did hear him say it would be ideal for the San Francisco 49ers to trade back and take Gray, but maybe. He thinks he's such a good fit for the San Francisco 49ers. He feels like he would plug an immediate hole at left guard, and he could be an instant impact player on the offensive line position. So it's really interesting because I do love Gray Zabel. I didn't know who he was. I knew who he was. I knew of him heading into the Senior Bowl, but immediately he stood out as the best offensive line prospect at the Senior Bowl. So there's a reason why he has a first-round grade. And could the San Francisco 49ers take him at 11? I don't love the idea of taking a guard at 11, and that still kind of remains, and that's even loving Gray Zabel. I think he's a phenomenal player. I would love Gray Zabel on this team. But again, a big thing with the NFL draft is value. Where do you get these guys at the value that fits for this team? Does Gray Zabel, fit the value at 11? It's kind of tough, man. I think DJ did say he was like a top 20 prospect for him. So it's not like super far out, but it would definitely be considered a reach just based on the current value and the way everything's stacked up. So I'm just really curious of what you think about what he had to say. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below, and as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.